Coming at you.
Taking my line.
Switching it up.
That's my line. We are the Finger Poke.
Jesus H. Christ. Sorry about that. I'm trying to EQ everything as fuckboy just starts screaming.
Switching it up.
All right.
Coming at you.
Coming at you live. We are the Finger Poke of Doom podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at FNGR Poke of Doom. You can follow us on Instagram at Finger Poke of Doom podcast. We have a shirt for sale up at fingerpokeofdoom.bigcartel.com. It's on literal sale right now.
Yes.
It has been a week. So we were going to record a show, and things got in the way. Life happens because we're adults. And I'm glad that we didn't record it. Here's why. Because today we're going to talk about Power Struggle. Everybody who's talked about Power Struggle didn't get a chance to talk about World Tag League.
Yeah.
Because they recorded right after Power Struggle. And a bunch of the podcasts I was listening to, there was like crazy tag teams that they were saying like, oh, we could get, I don't even know, Jeff Cobb and somebody said Keith Lee and Jeff Cobb was going to be a tag team. I was just like, I don't think you could be even further wrong. But
I still didn't get the team I wanted.
What was that?
Goto and Ishii.
Whenever we start talking about that, I'll give you why I think you didn't get that. But that was a team that I wanted to.
That's all I want. Just give me that team.
So Power Struggle is going to be the meat and potatoes of this podcast. And God almighty, what a doozy.
It was good.
There is a lot of shit that happened.
And one part of it got Julie asking what time she's like, what time's that start? What time is this?
Well, it starts at 1:30 in the
That's
fucking
what I told
morning.
her, and I was just
6
like,
hours.
and she was like, what time do you think the Omega match will be?
5:30.
That's what
Yeah, 5:30.
that's what I told her. But for that one thing,
Right. Well, when we get to that,
yeah.
I'll talk. So basically, what we're gonna do is just a basic review show. We're kind of on a not a rush here. We're gonna record 2 episodes in one day because it's Thanksgiving's coming up, and holy shit balls,
And
life is gonna fucking
Lily and I are getting ready to stick our toe back in
on
the music water.
Yeah, we, first time in a long time, our hardcore band is having practice, so we're like kind of like, wow, what do we even fucking do?
Yeah.
Learn how to play instruments all over again.
Basically, I haven't played bass in a band in, I think, 3 years.
You know who plays good bass, good air guitar? That's Nick and Matt Jackson.
They do.
Boom, the Young Bucks.
Nobody does it like Tanahashi.
Oh, the ending Tanahashi sequence at Power Struggle. Magnificent. Everybody's talking like, I don't want to see this fucking guy play air guitar for 4 hours. I'm like, it was 6 minutes. And that's what he's been doing. Every time he wins a giant championship match, he plays fucking air guitar.
He gets one of the people
That's
in the
just sick. Yeah.
tune it up for him.
Yeah, and one of the Power Struggles, or not, one of the Wrestle Kingdoms, he won, and he won it, and he like played it, and the person in the back playing it was like, and it was like all out of it, and he was like looking at it like, what the hell?
And he had to act like he was tuning
yeah, and he
it
was
up.
tuning it, and the guy was tuning it in the back like, I was like, that's fucking brilliant. All right, so the first match was the Young Bucks beating Dragon Lee and Teton. And Teton is fucking great.
He is.
And Dragon Lee almost lost his head.
He did. I saw that.
I was watching it in the morning. I was like, oh, Lord. And then they did the cease and desist, which is funny. It's a double.
Isn't it a sharpshooter and he puts...
Crossface.
Yeah, the crossface.
So let me just ask you this. How does that work?
Whoever has it on is hurting. Because usually you're like...
Right.
You can...
Yeah, you can brace yourself.
Yeah.
So it's just like a full-on corner. But how... So let's say one of them's legal. Well, one of them has to be legal. How does the ref judge by both of them putting it on? Wouldn't it be a 5 count?
Sometimes New Japan just...
Oh, yeah.
They throw the
They're just
rules.
like,
They get
Fuck
really lackadaisical with the.
Oh, fuck's a wazical.
Yeah.
The next match was Young Boy Kawato, Juice Robinson, Liger, and Kushida and Tiger Mask beat Suzuki-gun, which is basically everyone but
Minoru Suzuki.
and Killer Elite Squad. Juice, I don't know if you watched this match.
No.
Juice probably cussed the most I've ever heard him cuss.
Oh, you told me about that.
And he grabbed Kawato by the face, and he was like, "Fire up, motherfucker!" And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was watching this at 4:30 in the morning, like, "Whoa!" And
Kawato's the one.
he's the one that everybody's in love with.
Oh, the
The
tiny
super
young boy. Yeah.
yeah. And he like grabs him by the cheeks. And he's just like, "Fire up, motherfucker!" And he like shoots him into the ropes, and Kawato shoots back, and he slaps him on his ass, and then he does that tope. And I was like,
The ass slap.
I was like, you just fucking killed this kid.
help the.
Like, I realize this is a pretty basic review show that we're doing.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. We don't have much to go on. Next, the Survivor Series episode, which should be pretty cool. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Or it'll be dog shit, just like this one.
Well, this is kind of what everybody did.
Yeah, I just whatever. Next up is Ten Cozy and Toshie Makabe versus Chase Owens, Cody, and the Tokyo Pimp, him fuck himself, with two ladies who are probably really good in the ring, very athletic.
He didn't bring out the.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have his one lady.
No, he did.
He had the main lady.
I can't think of her name. The bunny girl. Yeah, I think that's his main girl. Dude, your Joe is so fucking funny. He was on that Being the Elite, and they're talking about they can't say FTR anymore.
Yeah.
So they keep joking about it. Was like, how about FTR
R.
And everybody's just like, they're acting like
He's
they
like,
understand.
oh yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I saw that whole thing.
And your Joe walks in. He's like, yeah, I understand. He's like, see, yeah, your Joe gets it. He's like, but it's so fucking stupid. And everybody's like, what the fuck? I love like his like little interactions on that. Like whenever they made him eat that Jelly Belly. Did you ever see that?
No.
It was a jelly beans that were different flavors, and you had to spin the wheel, and you had to get the different colors. One would be like rotten fish or fat.
They use like the Potter every jelly beans.
Yeah. So, but there's a dial that tells them like, rotten fish and shit like that. Vomit was another one. Grass clippings. Everybody's biting into it, and they're just like, oh, like freaking out. Your Joe comes up to it, and he spins the wheel, and he gets it. And he bites. He goes, oh, not bad. And everybody's like, what the fuck? But it wasn't like a part of the skit. It was just like a thing. And later on, it goes back. He's like, Kenny's like, guys, come over here. He's like, tell me what you told him. He's like, that tastes so fucking bad. And he's like, I didn't want to be asshole. And he was like trying to be.
He thought it was.
Yeah,
he thought he was gonna be like mean about it.
Yeah, he's like, it's so fucking bad. And it was vomit. That's what he got was a vomit one.
It always reminds me of Dumbledore, and he's like, oh, snot.
Oh yeah.
Or earwax.
Earwax.
He's like, oh, earwax.
Dude, I fucking love the Tokyo Pimp. I wish that he would stay the same.
I saw the last Being the Elite whenever he's like, not the one that just came out, the one before that, when it was Will Ospreay's like, hey, can you help me with this spray tan? And it was Trent Beretta, and he spray painted Dick, and he's like, oh, thanks, man. And he gets real close. He's like, it's a dick. He's like, God, he's like, I never knew Trent Beretta was such a dick.
Beretta posted a picture. He's like, this is what I buy at 3 a.m. in Roppongi. And it was a BB gun and a bottle of Bushmills.
Damn.
And I was just like, what are you doing?
What was it that you had, that you found in the basement of the house that you went insane in?
No. It was the apartment garage.
No, it was the basement of that house. We went down in the basement one time, and you were like,
it was
oh my
old General
God.
Lee is what it was.
Oh, God.
So I found a bottle of whiskey from the 70s, and the dilution had separated from the actual whiskey, and it looked like if You'd have like vinaigrette oil.
It was like Goldschlager, or it had like those
it had
flakes.
had all the shit separated in the bottom. Did I ever tell you about how I separated that? So me and a friend took like a styrofoam cup, and we poked holes in the bottom of it, and we poured into the styrofoam cup into another
So
cup.
you made a makeshift.
Yeah, and we separated it. And I will tell you this. I had probably about 4 drinks out of that, and I was seeing sideways. He drank the entire bottle, and he said that
Who did?
Ian.
Oh God.
He said that's one, that's the most he's ever been drunk, and 2, he was literally thinking about calling the ambulance. He said his whole intestines were on fire, and he's like, no matter what, he couldn't, like, nothing worked. I mean, it was from, I think the bottle said 74 on it. And it was in the original bag, because when I grabbed the bag, it crumbled. I was like, this is going to be a great night. I was like, this is going to be fucking rough. Now I got invited to go out last night. Somebody's like, hey, beers are on me. And I was like, all right, man, I got shit to do. And literally what it was to play fucking Battlefield, because I'm a fucking loser now. Or am I a winner? I don't know.
You're just old now.
I'm fucking old. Haggard. Almost started chewing that ice on accident. That would have been a no-no. Keenan.
I sat there and watched Scary Movie 2.
Yeah, Keenan on a Saturday night watched Scary Movie 2. Was that the first time you seen that?
No, I'd watched it before, but I forgot all about that part.
Hiawatha!
Yeah. Hiawatha!
Shout out to Chris Moore. Or what was it? Is Chris Moore, is that his name?
I can't remember.
Cabin Boy.
He just plays a creep in everything he does.
And I feel like everything he does, he's always wearing a sweater.
He was, in Groundhog Day. Well,
Yeah.
he wasn't in that because he was wearing a suit because he was a butler, the caretaker, and he got in an argument with a guy that from what was Mr. Show with Bob and David. David something. He played in oh man, he plays in Arrested Development. He's the uncle he's the never nude.
Oh yeah. Fuck, what is that guy's name?
I can't remember. But he's in a wheelchair in that movie, and he's just like, and he's got the weird hand, and he's like, "How about I give you a hand?" And he starts clapping. He's like, "Why don't you get up and give? Why don't you?"
Cook?
It might be. He's like, "Why don't you give me a standing ovation?"
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Fuck you, buddy."
I remember that now. I don't think that guy's funny.
No,
that bald
but
guy.
Saturday. But that's what it
when
is
he's
on
in
a Saturday.
shit, he's funny, but on a stand-up, it's not funny.
That's what I did on a Saturday night.
Wowee. Next match is the final of the Super Junior Tag League. And it's Super 69, which I thought were winning.
I was shocked
versus Roppongi 3K.
I was shocked that Roppongi 3K won. Not like they're great, but I was really shocked that
match was pretty good. When they won, I was like, well, what the fuck's next? My dingus couldn't
then here comes the Bucks.
I couldn't piece it together. And I think that Roppongi 3K, they need to beat someone like the Bucks for
solidify them.
Yeah, pretty much. But if the Bucks beat them, then I don't know what. But if the Bucks don't beat them, you have to think the Bucks have to move up.
We've been saying that for a while.
Well, everybody has. I mean, I think.
Well, that's also the reason that Ricochet. They said they think Ricochet left because they didn't move him up.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was. But yeah, the Bucks came out and challenged them for January 4th at Tokyo Dome. So now we got another match for Tokyo Dome, which I'll find the match listings here in a minute, which is going to be fucking, oh my God. I'm so excited.
I saw it the other, man.
I'm so excited already. And it's still not done yet.
Yeah, we still got a grudge match.
Yeah,
that needs to happen.
There's several things that'll still happen. But the match after this was Will Ospreay versus Marty Scurll. And
it was a good match.
Man, it was physical.
I like Marty. I like Marty Scurll in America, but man, when he's in Britain
when he just wrestles,
and when he's just is in Britain and Japan, that's when Marty's turned up. Like,
see, I prefer Marty as the actual villain, the wrestler.
Yeah.
And not so much like the chicken wing flying. Like that's a cool. I mean, I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But I just liked his.
Well,
like,
they can have
meanness.
fun like that. I feel like when you're in Ring of Honor and stuff like that, it's more that, and like PWG's more relaxed and stuff.
But he beat Ospreay, and he beat him with a roll up. And at first, I thought it was a fuck up. Like I literally thought I was like, oh shit, someone forgot to do something, because the look on Skrull's face was like,
oh my god,
yeah, whoops. I guess I'm the new champion now. And then it dawned on me like, oh, this is it. This is what it's supposed to be. I was like,
I did too, because I saw that, and then Ring of Honor, it took them like to the next like day, like almost the end of the day, to like for them to say, hey, congrats to Will Ospreay or Marty Scurll.
When he beat him, Ospreay was in the ring, like, kind of throwing a fit, to Red Shoes. Kushida jumps up, and what did he say?
He started cussing, didn't he?
He said something like, I want you, motherfucker, or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck?
She just got a potty mouth.
What the fuck? Oh, dude,
yeah, he was cussing at him like crazy.
Well, I know that's all he said, but it was like so bold.
Yeah.
It was just like, whoa. And then fucking Time Bomb comes down.
Wasn't he wearing a mask?
Or
was he wearing a helmet so nobody punch him in the face?
It's the kickboxing helmet.
Yeah.
So before he gets in the ring, he's got this helmet on. He's like jumping around, and he puts 2 fucking oven mitts on so they can't break his fingers. Yeah, and he's just in there, just like basically like, all right, I'm ready for this. And Skrull grabs the mic and says he'll take all 3 of them on, and now we have a 4-way match at January 4th. So like the junior tag 4-way switched to the junior.
I'm glad.
Singles.
I'm glad. That's gonna be
different. That's gonna be great.
It's gonna be hard hitting.
Oh, dude, I fucking love Hiromu.
Yeah, he's like.
Oh man,
he's probably my top 5 in New Japan. Is
dude,
like
he's like. How can I say this? Watching Hiromu Takahashi wrestle the style he does reminds me of when I seen Ultimo Dragon for the first time.
Yeah.
Like on Nitro, I'm just like, whoa, who the fuck is this guy? Or like when I saw Eddie for the first time, like, Jesus Christ. Like, you know what I mean? Like these guys are supposed to be like junior or cruiserweights at the time, and they're like beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Like that's. So when I see him wrestle, I'm just like, fuck.
I always feel like Kushida puts on way better matches whenever it's like he's his other Dragon Lee. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's like Dragon Lee and him, and then him and Kushida.
Well,
because that last year, him and Kushida just
fucking great. I'm telling you right now, Hiromu's fighting up because all 3 of those guys have done something to him.
I hope that he does the power bomb to the outside
to 2 of
to
them.
each.
Oh my god!
Like gets him out of the ring, and when one's coming up, he runs and does it, and then jumps in the ring. Another one's coming up, and he runs and does it. I hope he does the power bomb 3 times in a row.
What if he does? What if 2 guys are on the apron
and he does it to both?
And he runs and does it, and can't pulls him over, and then Ospreay comes over and does like a blockbuster to the floor. This is way too much. This is not Virtual Pros, WWE game stuff.
Yeah.
Like. Or it could have been the Virtual Pro game, too, like where just crazy moves just happen out of nowhere.
People are doing burning hammers out of...
And, God. You remember the Scott Steiner?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Tried to say he did my own move.
And it just came out.
But I hope that he does that, like, power bomb in, run, power bomb, back in, run, power bomb. I think that'd be a cool spot. But, man, I'd hate to eat those power bombs.
Fuck, yeah. By chance, did you see the commercial he's in for Chapstick?
No.
I'll show it to you. It's very sexual. Just like...
He's putting it on... everybody's like, I want a friendship goal like this, and he's like putting it on Naito.
Yeah. He's so fucking good.
He is.
He's going to be on our awards for sure for the end of the year because we're fucking nerds.
Yep, it's coming up.
Who's got the biggest hog award? Dino. And then next, oh fuck. next was a stupid fucking bull rope match.
I know, it was a waste.
God almighty. Like, but I did like that Yano came out with no eyebrows. And Don Callis said that his hair looked like a new penny. I was like, this is fuck. And I guess it was. Man, my fucking back itches so good. I'm like trying to wiggle in this chair.
I was watching you.
What was I saying? Oh, well, his hair and his eyebrows was a throwback to his olden days.
Yeah.
When he was.
Instead of the golden lover, he was a golden penny.
He was never a
the penny lover.
No. Penny lover. He just two different characters. It didn't even was him. Just Penny lover.
The brass king.
What was
yeah.
King. The funny part was in the beginning of this match. So here's what I didn't understand. In the bull rope,
they taped it.
Yeah, but it was already secured around his wrist.
Yeah.
And then they taped it.
I don't know.
Yano dipped out on it, and they held him down, and they taped it around his like real tight. So when halfway through the match, Suzuki's being Suzuki, just beating the fuck out of whoever he wants. God.
Yeah.
He's the type of guy to slap God in her face, like just pow. But he gets in the ring and he wins the match, and the ref can't get the fucking tape off of him.
Off of
Suzuki.
Yano or Suzuki.
Yes. And dude, he looks down at this ref, and you just see the fucking fear God hit this man boy. Like, oh my God. And you just hear him like, Ka-da-da-da! And then somebody just hands him scissors. He's just like, just like hacking through it, like, oh my God. And dude, I thought for sure, I was like, Minoru's going to take those scissors and put them right in his skull.
Yeah, just like bonk.
Faster. Now, this leaves open the Never title.
I don't know.
I don't know who's challenging for it. I'll tell you who I want to challenge for it is Ishii. Either he challenges for that title or he goes, no, it has to be that title. That's what I want him to challenge for, because I think Ishii, that whole what's the word I'm looking for? That whole title picture is missing something.
Yeah.
Because it was tight when it was Shibata, Ishii, Nagata. Fuck.
I know we never did get the Shibata.
And
Suzuki.
Makabe, like all those dudes. There's something missing in that. And what's missing is they need someone to step in, whether it be Ishii or is Makabe. And I'll take either fucking one of them, because
just Hoss. That's a lot of beef slamming.
Slam my beef. But seriously, like that whole that I love that title.
Yeah.
But it's just something's gone from it, and it's Minoru Suzuki has it, and they build him up so hard, and then they give him people to challenge, and it's like,
yeah, whatever.
Like, oh God, Toru Yano, like unless Trent challenges for him.
We'll see after tag.
We'll see after the Global Tag League, or the G1 Tag League, however people pronounce it.
Speaking of Trent, he had an
Trent,
amazing match.
Dude.
It was fucking awesome.
I saw a couple people saying that Omega shouldn't be having this good of matches with everyone. His character shouldn't be giving people that long of a match.
Why?
And I sat back and I said, just enjoy it. Shut the fuck up and enjoy it, because that match was great. Because they were mad because they gave Yoshihashi almost 20 minutes. Who gives a fuck?
It was almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I was looking to see what Meltzer rated him, and
I didn't see anything.
I haven't seen anything. I didn't see him or the other match.
Tanahashi?
Yeah, I didn't see what he rated.
Of course, I didn't really look for it.
Yeah, I haven't really been on Reddit or anything.
But yeah, people were like upset about it. I'm like,
man,
you cannot please anyone.
He was eating those knees.
Dude, I've seen more back chops in that than I've seen in the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And there was only like 5 or 6 of them, but Beretta hits Trent with a back chop, and Don Callis
not Beretta. Omega. You said Beretta hits Trent.
Oh, yeah. Well, he could.
He hit himself in the bag.
Pats his own back. No, Beretta hit Omega with one, and Don Callis like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's when he's hanging on the ropes, and he hit that fucking sliding rope hung German. And I was like, what? The sound of the ropes, I was like, oh, he killed himself.
Yep.
Because it sounded like he just like hit his throat. That move needs to be done in the middle of the ropes.
Yeah.
But holy shit, it looked fucking awesome.
And man, Trent's got a beautiful pile driver.
Yeah.
And when he can get somebody that can sell it, he's got like the pile driver. Like whenever the Chris Hero started using that as his finisher, like that real quick
pile driver. Yeah. The banter between Trent and the Young Bucks were fucking great.
Yeah, he's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, fuck you.
But the beginning of the match, they're like, kill him, Kenny, kill him, like saying all this shit. And then, I don't know what he did. He like threw Kenny outside. He's like, hey, what are you doing, Trent? He's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, you were just telling kill him. And Omega gave him 3 dragon suplexes.
Yeah.
And he couldn't pick him up for the 4th. And Omega's like, you better check on him. And one of the Young Bucks said, he's like, no need to check on him. He's dead. I was just like, what the fuck? It has to be so hard being in the ring with Omega when the Young Bucks are out there.
Yeah, because you can hear them.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like, it's like when Bobby Fish said something whenever they're supposed to be holding him.
Yeah.
Or he was down on the ground. And it was something that was like, that somebody was talking into a microphone. He's like, you could talk into my dick. And he was supposed to be out unconscious, but it came through the thing so loud.
But Omega beat him. It was like, what, like a 25-minute match?
Yeah, it was, dude, it was awesome.
I know. I watched that in the last one. Well, I skimmed through the other ones, but
if anyone out there is watching or listening to this and you've watched that match, I'll give you a match that it reminded me a lot of. It's from, I want to say 2012. It's Tanahashi versus Masato Tanaka. It's either the G1 or it was for the Never title or the IC title, something like that. And this is when Masato Tanaka came back and he was fucking
a madman.
No, he was just like cut, and he was like what Hanma is now. Or was now. Dude, that match is so fucking good. Me and Daryl watched it on a whim. We were like, oh, Masato Tanaka, Tanahashi. And I was like, whoa. And now it's like I'll just turn it on just for fuck's sake. You know, I'm like, wow, this is insanely good. That match reminded me so much of that.
Yeah. Because
the weird table spot, when he suplexed him onto the fucking legs of the table.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
But yeah, Trent, I like the thing was like when they brought the ice out at the end of it. Trent's laying there and Nick Jackson like grabs Trent's ice thing and he's just like, Trent looks up and he's like, fucking shit.
And then Omega gets on the mic and said that he said there's no one left, blah, blah, yeah. There's no one left to fill these hogs. And the
goat.
Here's what happened when you watched it live. The ring lights went off.
I know, I watched it.
The ring lights went off, the house lights went off, but the dome lights didn't. And then they went off, and everybody was like, It was like 3 different, like, each section went, each time the lights went off. It was just like this random thing.
And then a countdown
But New
started.
Japan doesn't cut to line in audio or video in audio whenever they show a video on their, like, Tron.
I know.
So you only hear PA speakers for the first, couple seconds.
Yeah.
I've seen the promo when it's counting down, and I was like, wow, that sounds really familiar. It's fucking Judas.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but it's done differently. It's like they asked one of the guitar players, like, hey, can you record the dun 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 dun, but make your guitar tone sound nothing like that. It was fucking Judas, but I couldn't hear it because it was done through the PA.
Yeah.
And it was counting down. I didn't know it was Jericho. No one fucking did. Everybody said, I knew it was Jericho the whole time. No, you fucking
You laughed about it whenever I said, hey, this is what I heard.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody thought it was on the cruise. Everybody thought they were.
Well, even Meltzer was like,
Yeah.
and then Meltzer said that he was with some friends and they talked about, like, joked about like he's like he could,
yeah,
it could be him and
so
Kenny at Wrestle
everybody
Kingdom.
thought it was at the fucking cruise, but everyone did, because he posted the boat and all that shit.
Yeah.
They've been talking all this Twitter shit, and then the little countdown stops and fucking Jericho's face pops up, dude.
I know you text me. He's like, I'm screaming.
Everyone went fucking nuts.
I'm screaming.
And I will tell you this: that is probably my all-time favorite return, or like surprise return. His what's next to it is his debut on Raw.
I liked his. You weren't watching then, but when he did the, it was all the cryptic stuff, and it was the Save Us.
But I can't think of another surprise like debut that was as big as that one next to his Y2J thing. Like, it's huge. Like, that was...
Or maybe when The Rock came back for the...
Yeah, maybe.
When Rock came... Man, because I remember...
But he didn't jump promotion.
Yeah, but I remember watching it, and whenever I watched The Rock come back, he went 35 to 40 minutes over.
Oh, really?
It was at the end of Raw, and he came out, and literally he went 30 to 40 minutes over.
Dude, I had fucking...
Yeah, it was awesome.
I had
and then he talked about,
goosebumps.
and then he's like, I want...
Called him a bitch at the end of it.
Yeah.
But whenever he said...
I like that. I'm the alpha.
Yeah. Whenever he said Alpha versus Omega, and then he paused, he's like, January 4th, dude, everyone was like, they turned the house lights on and off on these people. It's like, oh! They're giving them seizures.
Just screaming at the top of their lungs.
But I was just like, I couldn't fucking believe that. Like, who
I know,
would,
and
who
they're
would have
still...
put money on that?
No one has said, I think, like, what Vince is, like, nobody has,
What can he say? Jericho's contract
is Jericho going to... Is he going to be January 4th? Is he going to... And then... be at WrestleMania?
No.
But you know what, like...
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, somebody's like, nobody's ever wrestled at Wrestle Kingdom and WrestleMania. I was like, yeah, his name's Cody Rhodes. His name's AJ Styles. His name's...
Well, I think they're talking about... If you're talking about in the same year, the only person that's ever done that is AJ Styles. He wrestled Wrestle Kingdom against Nakamura,
okay.
Royal Rumble, and then he had that with... Jericho.
We'll see, yeah. But my thing is, I don't think he's going back. I think he understands that...
Well, he has been real critical. He's like got the Batista thing. He's been real critical about the product.
So I think he understands that shit's got to fucking change. And if that there's necessity in change.
Yeah.
And there's money to be made. And he's a businessman.
Well, they said that he asked if NXT could be on the boat. And they said no. So he's like, okay. So he went to Ring of Honor. Man, can you imagine like going, like, if this would lead into like, can you imagine going to like a Columbus Ring of Honor show and watching Jericho in a room that you shouldn't be? I mean, he's headlined WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's I hope he comes out in white liger. Just fucks it all up like he did the first time.
Yeah.
Now,
I hope they call him Lionheart.
No, he reinvents himself each
time.
Yeah,
it is.
So, and I love that. And I want the line. I want his tights back.
Yeah.
The long tights got to come back. So here's the question I have for you. Does he wear a head microphone and sings his own theme song out, which is Judas? I become it.
No, but
the band plays.
I bet the band plays him out.
That would be great to be in Stuck Mojo at that time. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
And here's another thing I got to thinking was Stuck Mojo met Jericho back when they did that fucking video.
Yeah.
Which was what, 1997?
The Rising album? 98.
So, and full circle, Jericho wants to start a band, and he starts it with the fucking dudes from Stuck Mojo.
Oh, that really? I didn't realize that was Fozzy.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
That's who Fozzy is. It's
two members of Stuck Mojo.
It's the one guitar player and the drummer of Stuck Mojo, And the guitar player, the older guy, that's his business partner. So they do everything together.
I mean, if the singer of Hope Conspiracy would be like, "Hey, I want you to play bass and guitar in this this band," I'll be like, "We're in."
Right.
Where do we need to get real jacked first?
Steroids.
Yeah.
I will do that. Now they always have a small guy in their band, just random.
Yeah.
Besides the drummer and the singer.
Oh my God, their drummer.
The drummer plays
jacked fucking monster.
He looks like he's just playing with hammers, like just doing drum rolls with hammers.
As if Brian Cage was a drummer.
Yeah, that's
Chris Dickinson.
Oh yeah.
He's
yeah. I always forget that he plays in a band. So Don Callis is freaking out, by the way.
Oh, I know he is.
It was fucking awesome.
I bet Fozzy does play him out. I hope they do something cool because I like the Wrestle Kingdoms whenever they have the big elaborate entrances and stuff like that. I love those. We talked about that with Daryl.
I bet you they bring those back this year. I have a feeling.
You got to do something big for that.
I think there's going to be a couple big things this Wrestle Kingdom. And the biggest one is Okada holding the title. Not dropping it.
You think he just does it so it'll keep with him having the longest reign?
Yeah.
That'd suck for what's next for Naito?
Being pissed off and destroying the company.
Well,
that's before then.
And then you got
so the main event is Ibushi versus Tanahashi, and everyone said the same shit about this match. That
it's great.
No, the quote was, "It was really good. I'm just too hyped up since Jericho." Everyone missed the first fucking 10 minutes of it because they were on the internet and they were fucking amped and blah, blah, blah. I went back and rewatched the match.
I've watched it. I watched it twice.
Dude.
I know.
I don't want to fuck with Ibushi. He looks lost mentally.
All the time.
All the time. And I think I've realized why. He started fucking hotboxing with God, and Tanahashi beat the fucking bricks off his face. He slapped him one time.
I know.
And he turned
slapped
around
the soul.
He turned around and looked at him, and he looked at him like, "Why'd you hit me, Dad?" Like, it was just like,
no, it's like Christ. That. What I thought was, as soon as he gave that look, like, it looked like in that part in Doctor Strange when the Ancient One, like, there's a part where the Ancient One, like, puts, like, her hand on his head, and, like, his soul, like, comes back out, and he's, like, looking, and it's like, oh, my God, Seth. And it looks like his soul was slapped out of him, and it came right back in.
Dude, that fucking match was
I'll tell you,
so
the end.
Good. Oh, my God.
The end, when he got, like,
the final
don't
sequence.
Speak, like, the whole, him kicking out of the last ride powerbomb, him going for the Phoenix Splash.
Hold on, stop right there. Best Phoenix Splash ever is done by Kota Ibushi. Not Hayabusa.
With a second to Rich Swann is a real close second.
Yeah, oh yeah. Hayabusa, his was great. It was beautiful.
Kota Ibushi, Rich Swann is number 2.
Dude, something about Kota Ibushi's, it's so fucking fast. It's like a snap.
Yeah.
It's flawless.
But the
here comes the heat.
And then the two high fly flows to end it.
The one on the back, one on the stomach.
Yep. And then like, I knew it was something special whenever, like, I always say whenever Julie, because Julie's she watches WWE with me, but whenever she's just like, man, that was amazing. And then the end of it, whenever he grabbed the mic, I have no idea what he just said. I heard him say Kota Ibushi, but he came out and Ibushi bowed to him, and he hugged him. He hugged him, and then Ibushi bowed and rolled out. And then whenever he said Kota Ibushi was in the distance, and he bowed to him again, and then came out, and then he started tuning up the old fucking.
But the best part is, he was crying.
Yeah.
This is just real.
Yeah.
This is real. I mean, it's still real to me, damn it. But
that was real emotion.
But it's like when Okada cried. Holy shit! Top babyface in
when
the
he
fucking
lost
game.
To Tanahashi.
It almost made fucking Tanahashi heel solely because Okada cried.
How dare you?
But that whole striking sequence was like.
It was.
Fuck.
It was hard hitting.
And then he grabs Red Shoes' fucking arm. so he can't count 5 when he's kicking him in the in the corner.
It was doing like a little bit of heel things.
Yeah, and he was like grabbing his arm and he's just like smashing his face. I was like, fuck that. I don't want ever to be kicked by that fucker. He's lost. He just won. I feel like
I kind of
like
wish that they
wandering
would have
in his
showed
brain.
like at least a backstage thing, like Coda like crying and like Kenny like
They
doing
did.
the.
Oh no, not
like
that.
Kenny
No,
like
no.
like still plant the.
Well,
Because Kenny was so distraught from losing G1.
there was nothing after that.
Yeah, I know.
So now,
Well, there was.
yeah.
And fucking Switchblade came out, which was Jay White, and people are shitting on that for some strange reason.
Listen, Beef Daddy's big. He's got a good look. I don't give a fuck if you think it looks like rehashed Kenny Omega. How many times have you seen rehash horse shit over and over and over
Yeah.
and over again, and you still fucking talk about it?
Hey, Finn Balor acts like rehashed Chris Jericho.
Yeah, it's true.
Light up jacket and everything. Hey, man, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho is one of the greatest of all times, and now so is Kenny Omega. You're gonna get people to
Instead of just shitting on it directly to give it a fucking chance. It's not like fucking
Hey, man.
Bone Soldier came out with Switchblade. Now that I would have been like, fuck this piece of shit. I'm out.
But
Tanahashi versus
I
kind of
wish that they would go full on like Misfits, like the dark, like because he does. He looks.
So
like,
you
he's
want
like,
him to
I
rip
ain't
off
no
Darby Allin.
goddamn son of a bitch.
Just rip off Darby Allin
Just rip
completely.
off.
Dude, I thought it was fucking cool. I mean, that makes me sound even lamer because I said it was just cool. KEWL.
Yep.
A coworker said cool beans the other day, and I had to
gotta
go
slap
in the-
shit out.
had to go in the bathroom and scream. And he said it like, "Hey, that's cool beans."
I kind of wish
Like, fuck
that
you.
if he was to join like a stable and it wouldn't be like how everybody thinks
Right.
it might be like if he joined like LIJ or something like that, there's a possibility LIJ could walk away with
A lot of gold.
a lot of gold at Wrestle Kingdom.
I hope he doesn't join LIJ. and
Yeah,
I
'cause
hope
you
he
want-
starts a 3-man team.
Yeah, with
Nope and nope.
yeah,
Negative. and
yep,
No.
with Solomon Crow, Savy Callahan,
Sullivan Crow.
Solomon,
Fucking
and Savy Callahan and
Hughes. Hughes Robinson.
Matt Riddle. Can you imagine Matt Riddle in a?
It's called smoking leather.
Hell yeah.
We look like cocktail bartenders. That's probably one of the funniest things Matt McCarthy said. That he said that when he saw OI4K the first time, he thought one of the bartenders missed his shift when Jake Chris walked out
'Cause he's wearing
and he's just like, oh, did I realize when he got in the ring this was one of the guys? I was like, Jesus
Matt
Christ.
McCarthy.
It's like, holy shit. I like the story that they build between Switchblade and Tanahashi because he said something. He's like, when he first gets in the ring, he like points out. He's like, "You always knew this was going to happen because Tanahashi or Jay White was Tanahashi's young boy."
And then he's just
Fresco
like,
beam
your reign is coming to an
Yeah.
end.
So they put
I just
a
don't
lot
I don't like the move. Never
yeah, I don't either. That's
something. Give him something else.
you know what they should have gave him. They should have gave him just like if he was going to do
Since
like
he's Switchblade, maybe a cutter. I think that'd have been a cool because Carl Anderson doesn't. He's the only one that was doing the
Well,
diamond cutter.
well, the Os cutter is Osprey's.
Yeah,
finisher.
but
he could have done something. Yeah, I agree. I would have gave him like some weird like cradled Michinoku driver. You know, something just
Yeah.
like what the fuck, like, or just something.
I think
different.
something. It's like if with that kind of character, like if you would have gave him the cutter, like, hey, I can hit this out of nowhere. So
or just a strike move, and,
Yeah.
or like a some like running. Well, no running knees. Yeah, but something
like a roaring elbow or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You mean rolling?
Yeah,
Roaring
Roll.
is not a thing.
rolling elbow. I always say roaring elbow.
Yeah, because of Joey Styles.
Yeah, because of Joey Styles.
You know why it's called roaring, right?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing that I've been calling it roaring elbow
Yeah.
all my life, and then I was like, oh fuck, that's racist.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joey Styles.
Yes.
Piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck you, Joey Styles. Anyways, so that was the show,
Yeah.
and whoever that young boy is that threw him the guitar has got to lay off the juice. He fucking threw that goddamn thing to the moon. Came back and I love when Tanahashi does that. I'm a fucking grown man and was so excited to see another grown man play air guitar at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I normally don't like over-the-top faces like that. That's not my deal. But, man, dude, I've loved Tanahashi since the first time I saw him. I was like, this guy he looks like somebody's crazy aunt. You know, his hair just reminds you of your aunt.
Great hair.
His hair just reminds you of your Aunt Kim's hair. That's all it is. That's always what it is.
And you have an Aunt Kim.
And with the same hair. Highlights and all. Oh. Just not the same muscle definition. But, and I thought it was always cool that he did the high fly flow. Like, for a big guy like that, it's kind of weird to see him do a frog splash for a finisher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of different these days. He just reminded me a lot of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That's all it was when I saw him. I was like, wow, this.
You can see like the old like coming in. It's like I haven't seen somebody like Masawa, like, but I've always and you're with me too. I've always said that Kenny Omega is just Muda.
Oh yeah,
he is just a great Muda.
Now he is proclaiming himself as the greatest gaijin that's ever lived. He said he's beat all of them, and I was just like, I don't know how I feel about that. That's a tall order, but I don't have opinion on it because I don't give a shit.
Because, in my opinion, the greatest gaijin was Stan Hansen. That's just my opinion.
Tomko.
Yeah, Tyson Tomko. Stan Hansen was. He is the one that has immersed himself like Hansen did.
Yeah.
But it's like me, those two big.
So now we got Jay White versus Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom. It'll be one of 3 main events.
I think it's third.
Well,
it is third from last.
That's a lot of weight on Jay White's shoulders. First fucking match in. And he's not in any of the global tag leagues. There's a lot of stuff missing from Tag League, and I really like it. Omega, Okada, Tanahashi, Naito, well, and Jericho, but that doesn't.
I thought Roosh was coming. Is Roosh in there?
Nope. All those guys are missing from, and Jay White. That's what it is. All those guys are missing from the Tag League, which gives the Tag League more of a chance to shine.
Yeah, because I don't like it. I sometimes don't like it whenever the champs are in the. That's just my. It's like if you would throw.
It's because it's different.
I know, but it'd be like you throw in Brock Lesnar as a champion in
Royal
Rumble.
Yeah. All right. So, the next day, the Tag League teams were announced.
Oh, hey, they announced, I forgot to say, they also announced at that show in March.
Oh, yeah, they're coming back to
America. I can't remember what it's called.
It's called the Walter Pyramid.
The Walter Pyramid?
Yeah. It's like a 6,500-seater. That is 1 week before WrestleMania. 1 week before WrestleMania weekend. That's a shot for sure. I think that,
especially with them having
they
come
just
over with Ring of Honor,
fucking India.
Holy
New
shit!
Japan did, and I guess there's some shit going on with Discovery Channel. Discovery Channel is making Discovery Sports as DC Sports. And they're going to cover like more exotic sports like Franza auto racing, cricket, rugby, shit like that. And New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Because they still got the Access thing, too. I wonder if they'll show that on Access.
I think they will.
That'd be great.
So the next day, the Tag League was announced. And there's some stuff that people were expecting. There's some stuff that people weren't. I'm just going to run through them. Block A is Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens. Evil Sonata, which is my pick.
To win it?
Yeah. Paige and Yurjo Takahashi, Goto and Yoshihashi, Tenzan Kojima, Juice and debuting Sami Callihan. Manabu Nakanishi and Nagata. And Suzuki versus Iizuka. That fucking Iron
big
Fist
guy.
Yeah. So that's Block A. So I'm picking Sonata and Evil to win Block A.
I could see that.
Because the only other team on this that I think it'll be Evil, Sonata, and Tenzan and Kojima for the finals of Block A. Now, Block B. Best Friend, which is great.
Yes.
Killer Elite Squad. This one doesn't make sense. David Finlay and Kitamura.
Hell yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, I was like, David Finlay has just fell the fuck off. Yeah, well, that's probably because his hair is gross. Hansen and Rowe. Hinare, which is the New Zealand dude that got hurt.
Yeah.
Him and Toji Makabe are teaming.
Jesus.
So that means that I bet that was supposed to be Hanma's spot. Debuting Jeff Cobb with Michael Elgin.
I think that crowd's gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna eat him up. God and Ishii and Yano, and I honestly don't know who is going to win.
I'd really like to see it be Cobb and.
I don't think
I'd like to see it.
I think they'll go far, but I don't think that they'd win it. Yeah, I think Jeff Cobb is going.
I think when they see him, they're gonna be like, "Oh,
yeah.
mama."
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Matt Riddle, just stop smoking weed.
Just stop telling you.
Yeah,
telling people.
Stop showing everybody you smoke weed.
That could be you, bro, but you're still smoking.
Okay, so we'll find out.
Michael Scott had an award at one of the Dundies. It was the Doobie Doobie Smoker Award goes to Matt Riddle.
Yeah. Okay, so we got
the winner of this.
But we find out the rest of Wrestle Kingdom, right?
By the end of the tour, yeah.
In a tag league.
Yeah.
Do you think...
Hit me with that sweet shit.
Do you think that Ring of Honor is going to have the title defended at Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah, it's already announced.
It is?
Yeah, it's... You didn't know that?
No, who was it?
Kota Ibushi versus
Never
Cody.
mind. Well, never mind then.
Cody Ibushi versus Cody. Let's see.
We've got the Wrestle Kingdom card so far.
The matches, as listed. Cody versus Cody Ibushi. Some podcast I won't name, every time they say Kota, they say Cody.
Cody
Ibushi. We got Roppongi 3K versus the Young Bucks. We got the 4-way match for the IWGP Junior. Tanahashi versus Jay White. Owens versus Jericho. Okada versus Naito. And the winners of the Tag League versus the champions.
Who are the champions? Killer Elite Squad. Okay.
So Killer Elite Squad has a chance to
win it. As long as it's not either GOD or
War Machine.
A War Machine, I'll be happy.
I bet it's going to be GOD.
I was hoping not.
So we have those 6 that are announced. The Tag League. The Rumble. New Japan Rumble.
Oh, hell yeah. And they get a shot at something, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's normally like the Intercontinental, or maybe you kind of pick. That's normally before the show.
Yeah, I know.
We get a Never 6-man.
And then there's
the Never title.
And then you said there's like a grudge match that always...
And what you're thinking... I don't know what it'll be, though, now. I just don't know. Because I thought for a second Goto was going to challenge Suzuki. But now I'm kind of thinking he will. He will.
Goto?
He will challenge it because they're in the same block.
Maybe they do the whole thing where it's like, remember, Suzuki's like beating somebody up and Ishii comes out.
God, that'd be so great.
That would be great. He's beating the shit out of Goto, and Ishii comes out and.
Well, Yano doesn't have any friends anymore besides Ishii. Seems like no one comes out from him. Or what I wouldn't mind seeing, honestly, would be Minoru Suzuki versus Yuji Nagata.
That'd be great.
Because Nagata, he can still fucking go.
Yeah, he can.
Or I mean,
that I still love that Fale.
Or fucking Hangman Page.
The Fale, whenever he wrestled Nagata.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And like, he threw up the too sweet.
Yeah.
And then Nagata did his like salute thing, and then Fale bowed to him.
Yeah.
I love that, like, because it's just like.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
So
yeah, that's a busy week.
It is.
That was a busy week of shit. And then to top it all off, AJ Styles wins the WWE title.
Did you see they had to put tape over the plates?
Why?
Because they're over in Europe and the plates are back here in America.
Weird. You think?
They can't believe it happened because.
You'd think they'd be prepared for something like that.
Well, they said they didn't believe it happened because they're getting ready to go to India.
Did I watch a video today of Triple H calling out Jinder Mahal?
Him and Jinder Mahal are going to have. They said it's in India.
That will be huge in India. That will be so.
Well, they
fucking
worship
massive.
like Triple H like a god when he was over there.
Now, since we're on this, actually, we'll talk about it next episode. I'll talk about how much I think the Shield's done.
Yeah,
it's just vanished. Is that it for you?
That's it for me.
That's it for me. Well, this is a short and sweet one, under an hour.
I think the next one will be on.
I hope so. I don't want to talk about wrestling anymore.
Because I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, oh man,
what time is it?
We still gotta go pick up Lily and.
Fuck.
Here in a bit. We can do one.
All right. Well, follow us on Twitter at FNGR Poke of Doom. Follow us on Instagram at Finger Poke of Doom Podcast. You can follow Keenan on Twitter at Stan X Hansen. Follow me on Twitter at Bruiser X Brody. We have a shirt for sale. It's actually on sale, like a discount.
Like we said earlier.
Like a discounter. You can get that at www.fingerpokeofdoom.bigcartel.com. Until then,
coming at you.
Suck a ball.